let's take a look at this really cool little lantern here. So what we got here is we got their bottom. You can see the indentation of where the reservoir is. We've got our fisheye lens. This little knob here, this is what's going to adjust the flame to allow the acetylene gas escape, or you can shut it off. This is pretty ingeniously made. I'm actually really impressed with this. If we unscrew this here, what we get is our water reservoir. It looks like there's chunks of stuff coming out here, maybe from an old gasket that may need to be replaced. If I had to guess, that would be the case. Maybe not. We'll see. And notice the little nubs here. So this is actually a friction fit. I'm going to turn it, but it's actually just completely friction. This was jam-packed. This is my second take of taking this video because I didn't realize my volume was off when I was recording. So that's why you get a little bit difference in quality of sound as well. But this was jam-packed with the dust of the carbide, the spent carbide. Now you got to be careful of that because you don't want to breathe it in. It gets very toxic. What we can see here are 3 slots right there. 1, 2, and 3. Now the water is going to trickle in through that and cause the gas, mix with the carbide, and that's going to cause the gas. And then if we take a look up here, it's like a pepper shaker. There's a bunch of little holes in here, all in a circle. It's going to allow that gas to escape. And then we can go ahead and close this back up. And we put that in there with the water. You know, there's a couple different systems for carbide lanterns. This particular system is just like a plunge system, but there's also other systems that has a drip. And there's some gripes about the drip because that can build up nastiness and you have to clean that off every once in a while. So a lot of people actually prefer this type system here. Again, I just love this fisheye lens. Now, to adjust the burner inside, or maybe you have to clean up the reflector, like what we have to do. Notice it has a hinge point, and then you got your bail. This is actually just a spring steel that you undo, and that heavy-duty glass comes out. There's a little bit of a chip there. Might have been from production or something, like a flaw, but there you go. That is your heavy gauge glass. And the reflector, you gotta be careful of this. Don't want to bend it or break it or anything. But that just slides off with a little clip there. And we can see we might need to find some way to polish that up, clean it up a little bit. That way it reflects a little bit more light. And then you have your acetylene tips here. Now, oftentimes these get carbon and buildup on it, so you may have to take a pocket knife or something and clean that off. It doesn't look like this one's too bad. I really don't see any like buildup on it, so with any luck, once I get my carbide in and make my next video on this thing, we'll be able to light this up. But to put it together, we gotta put the little reflector on, just push that down like so, line it up with that fisheye lens, put that on there. I'm gonna put just right, like smack dab in front, just like it was. And then we bring up this spring here, and that locks it in place. Now, isn't that that's just ingenious. I love this. This is so cool. There you go, my friends. That is the Justrite lantern. Now, it says that this is patented June 5th, 1917, made in the good old U.S.A. I really wish companies would put more of their history on their websites. Justrite, you kind of dropped the ball on this. So if anybody from the company sees this, I hope you change that. You guys should be proud of your company. Woolrich, Duluth, Green River, like all these other companies that have been around for a long time, you know, they got a long heritage and they should be proud of it and put more detail into it. That way those of us who are, I don't know, a little bit interested and maybe a little bit loyal in one form or another can get an appreciation for the hard work that people before us put into the products that you guys made. So anyhow, that is the Justrite lantern. Now, and I posted it that this weighed more than this. However, once I cleaned out the carbide that I didn't realize was there, I'm really curious to see which one weighs more now. So, let's see, we got our scale. If we put the Stonebridge lantern on there, it is 1 pound, 8 ounces, and 6 whatever. And then we have our Justrite. We have 1 pound, 9 ounces, and 4 whatever. Yep. All right. So, I mean, this thing beats it just by a mere fraction. Like it's barely beating this little thing here. And we're actually going to talk about the merits of each of the different lighting systems of the early 20th century in another video. But just wanted to show you guys, you know, my joy, like my honest joy about finding this thing, and the heritage that it goes back to. You know, I like to see things that I can connect with, and since my family has such a strong heritage in the coal mine industry in southeastern Ohio, this has a special place in my heart, and a little bit of a special place of honor, if you will. I can't wait to take this thing camping. Now, those of you who might be concerned, don't worry, I'm not going to take the original canister out there. This will be put up and try to kept in its original condition as possible. I'm going to reach out to my buddy Axel Ulrich. He's a tinsmith. You can find him on Facebook. He doesn't have a website or anything, but if you're looking for a tinsmith, he is the best of the best. And I'll send him the dimensions of this, and he'll make me a reproduction of it. So that way, I can put this in there, put that in my pack, and it'll be nice and safe with a canister of carbide. You might be wondering, what do you want to use for a canister of carbide? I just found this too. This was super cheap, and this is really cool. I like this. It'd be hard pressed to make a video just about this container, but I've never seen another container like it. It's got 2 dimples on the sides of the can, right? It's a screw top can, and you screw it on, but listen, isn't that cool? There's actually 2 clicks usually, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and it tightens down. Like, isn't that neat? I love that. There's no remaining label on it. I have no idea what it originally held, but it says turn to open on top. I got this thing super cheap locally. You can buy the Justrite Carbide containers, and I probably will eventually. That way I've got a set, and it just kind of goes together. But it was more expensive than what I could buy this thing for, and this is just too cool. Now, if you like this video, please click like. That way other people find it. We really appreciate you helping other people out. And I want to make sure that you are aware of a couple updates. So I started a new channel, and it's all about podcasts, and it's probably going to host my live streams as well, because YouTube's kind of weird. You got to you got to play the games in the playground that's hosting you, right? So YouTube's algorithm is a little weird, and every time I post one of my podcasts or live streams, it acts wonky. So it is called Honorable Outfitters Podcast. That's it. Like, it's not ground shaking or anything. Honorable Outfitters Podcast. And if you're not unfamiliar with my podcast, I always have guests come on. I usually have guests come on, and some really awesome guests, by the way. We've had Richard Harleman from Over on the Wild Side. I've had Blackie Thomas. I have Dave Canterbury. I'm very fortunate to have all these people and all these associates and friends come on and share their experiences and stuff with it. Upcoming, I have Jay Hercules of Opossum Dry Goods or Pouch Goods, Cloth Goods. Anyhow, I have Jay Hercules of Opossum Pouches, right? He's coming on and going to talk to us about canvas goods. I have James Bender of Waypoint Survival coming on. I even have Grim Granite coming on. So again, if those are any of you who are watching this video, so all you awesome creators, thank you so much for coming on and letting me talk to you. But all these great people, the people that we admire, we love to watch, and we learn from and everything, they come on and share their experiences, and I get the pleasure and the honor hosting them and trying to ask them questions that would help you, well, learn more about them, but also just improve your own camp crafting skills and maybe learn a thing or two about their journey so you can apply it to your own journey. And, you know, sometimes it's just fun learning about the people that we enjoy watching, right? So it's just kind of cool. So if you're interested in that, again, it's Honorable Outfitters Podcast. It's going to have all the different podcast episodes, and I'm going to stop posting them on here, and I'm just going to keep reminding you guys that it exists over there. Anyhow, the Justrite Lantern is pretty cool. The next video I'm going to show you guys, we're going to light this thing and I'm going to show you how well it does, because it impresses me. And I you know, try to break up these longer videos. That way, you know, you get your money's worth, so to speak. You know, between the white gas and the lantern, you know, the candle lantern, it's hard to choose which one you'd want to take, right? As far as weight goes, the Coleman lantern is going to weigh a lot more. And you got to take the fuel along with you. When it comes to the carbide doesn't weigh that much, and you got the dual benefits. It's stable. You know, you don't have to worry about it leaking all over your stuff, getting things kind of stinky, and you can still use it as a fire starter if you need to for the carbide, because it makes acetylene gas. Just put a little bit of water on it, and boom, you got yourself your fire starter. And versus the candle, it puts off a lot more light. It's like a pure white light, so make sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss it, along with all the other videos that we've got coming up. But the best thing to do, besides subscribe to the other channel, hit that notification bell, is join the Camp Crafters Guild. Because on the Camp Crafters Guild, those members get the exclusive opportunity to ask them questions, which is really cool. You know, it's a privilege, because the people who join the Camp Crafters Guild, those are the people who really, really like, you know, vintage camping. They really, really are interested and invested in this style of stuff. And it's just a great community of awesome people. We had a book club recently, and it was so fun learning what the other guys learned from the book of Fordyce and the Trailcraft. And we got a new book that we're reading this month from 1948. And, you know, it just varies. You never know what we're going to read month to month. So check that out at www.honorableoutfitters.com/join the guild. You can try it for 5 days. 5 days free, you know. So no commitment, no hard feelings if you decide you don't like it. But, man, it is an awesome community, and I hope to see you on there soon. Don't miss out. So if you're interested in checking out the Stonebridge Lantern, check it out here. If you're interested in checking out my 1924 Coleman Lantern, 1926 Coleman Lantern, then check it out here. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Give a kiss and hug to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.